Alright, so the Jeep has had some weird ticking, kind of knocking noise ever since I bought it. And originally I thought maybe there's a stuck lifter, maybe there is a timing chain, that's loose and slapping around, or, something like that. Then I got to thinking, after a little bit more research, that maybe it's piston slap. So the previous owner told me that this engine was rebuilt, and judging by the outside of it, I'm pretty sure he was telling the truth. But I recently purchased a new borescope so that I could look down in the spark plug holes. And I want to take you guys along for this trip. Alright, so I got the number 1 cylinder out. So let's go to the borescope. Here it is. There you guys are. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, so I already looked at this cylinder. This is number 1. When I first looked in here, I thought, wow, look at those cross hatchings. That actually doesn't look terrible. There's carbon buildup on the piston, but it's not, it's not that bad. So I got in there a little further and was looking. Yeah, looks okay. Then I switched to the side camera. So here's the side camera on the same borescope. I got to look in, I was looking at the cross hatching a little bit more, and then I turned it, and that's what I saw. Did you see that? Look at that right there. Look at that scoring on the cylinder wall. So I'm not a engine builder, but that ain't right. So that looks like piston slap to me, just based on what I've learned in my little bit of research. So I think I found the source of my noise. I want to check cylinders 2 through 6 as well, but this is not a good start for this engine. Alright, let's take a look at number 2. Alright, let's see what we got in number 2, if it's any worse. Well, number 2 is much higher up on the stroke. You see the valve is open. Let me switch to the side camera. Yeah, I can't go any further in. Yeah, I'll need to turn the motor over to see if there's anything else going on in that one. Alright, let's go to 3. Okay, number 3. Oh, this one's right at the top. I should have known that, I guess. Alright, I'll have to bump the engine over for that one too. Okay, number 4. What prizes await us in here? Why are all these cylinders at the damn top? Okay, number 5. Okay, 5 looked alright, just from what I could see at the top. Alright, last and maybe least, number 6. See, that looks great from there. What is that? Is that black spot? This cylinder looks too clean as well. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. This one's scored too. Wow. That's crazy. Look at that. Junk. So for sure, cylinder 1 and 6 are both destroyed. They both got scoring up the cylinder walls. I'm going to bump the engine over with the starter so I can get 2 through 5 lower down, this piston's lower down, so that I can see more of the cylinder wall, and I'll check them again. Maybe that'll be enough. Okay, so I just rechecked 2 and 5. 2 has a little bit of scoring, I'm assuming piston slap on it as well, although not as bad as 1 and 6. And 5 also has the same thing as 2, with a little bit of scoring, piston slap, whatever, and what looks to be rust or some kind of ring ridge or something. I don't know, something that doesn't look right on the cylinder wall too. So I'm going to bump it over again and check 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 have scoring on it too, about the same as number 2. Number 4 actually looked like it had scoring on both sides of the cylinder wall. None of the other ones had that as far as I could tell. It's real faint in the video, but it looks like it's there to me. So my suspicions are confirmed. That looks like piston slap to me. Piston slap isn't necessarily uncommon on a high mileage 4.0, but all 6 slapping on a rebuilt engine with 10,000 miles, I can only assume the motor was bored out and he either used the wrong pistons or the wrong rings or something undersized in the bored out cylinder that would make that piston have the ability to, rock back and forth. I have no idea. I'm not an engine builder, but that's my theory at the moment. So I think short term, I'm going to keep limping this engine along. It still runs okay. It just makes noise. There's no metal in the filter or in the oil. I've, drained the oil before, looked at it. I've cut the filter open and looked at it. There's no metal in there. So I think I'm just going to keep driving it. I don't drive it that often, and I think I'm just going to keep limping it along for the rest of this year, finish my plans with the axle swap and everything, and maybe this winter I'll pull this engine and maybe call some machine shops or talk to a few people and see if that motor's worth saving or if I need to go a different route and get a different reman engine. Would love to build a stroker, would love to LS swap it, would love to do all kinds of cool stuff like that. Cummins 2.8 or whatever, all that stuff would be really cool, but in the interest of time and money, I think a reman engine will probably end up being the direction that I go with this one. So let me know what you think. If you have experience with piston slap, is that what that is? Because that's what it looks like to me. Have you ever heard of an inline 6 having all 6 pistons scoring the cylinder walls and slapping around? I've never heard of that before. And what would you do? Would you keep running it like I'm thinking I'm probably going to do? Or would you immediately park it and pull the engine? Or would you run it for another 100,000 miles and just say, it's a bulletproof 4.0, it'll be fine? I'm legitimately curious what other people think. So not the end of the world. It's nice to know that my instincts were right when I'm just hearing the engine run and the way the noises it made when I was driving around it. I just eventually came to the piston slap conclusion long before I bought that borescope and looked at it on camera. But it's just a toy Jeep, so not the end of the world, but I'm going to do a little bit more thinking about this one. So this explains my low vacuum problem too. I was diagnosing that, or trying to, when I was swapping the brake booster, several months ago. So if the rings are blown apart, obviously it's not going to create the vacuum that it's supposed to. I'm definitely going to keep the Jeep. I will not be selling it or kicking this problem down to another owner. I'm going to fix it, and this Jeep will stay with me. I'm not going to get rid of it or change direction on anything. This is just another speed bump. A love-hate relationship. That's what a Jeep is.